Hi everyone, I'm Amena and welcome back explorers to my vlog. Also, if you happen to be new here or are a repeat visitor, be welcome. Be sure to also look at the description below for all credits given. And with that said, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. And with all that said, I want to get straight into today's vlog's topics, or something like that. So, uh, okay, when it comes to art and stuff, one of the things that I view as a type of art is storytelling, and with that comes things like myth and lore. And of course, in order to look at myth or lore, you have to look at books. A lot of them. Because you have myth, and you have lore, and you have folk tales, and fairy tales, and, yeah, a lot of things. But, given all that, there's also things like anime, or movies, or stuff like that. But in this case, I'm going to look more at the anime because there's some anime out there that focuses more on the myths and lore of certain cultures and whatnot. So the first one that I'm going to mention uh, is in Spectre, and yes, it is one of those things where it's not spelled like inspector, like, oh, this is the inspector of a case. No. This particular anime deals with yokai, uh, ayakashi, and demons, and all sorts of stuff. And that is actually, part of Japanese culture and folklore, I think. Oh, and there's this whole thing about one-eyed, one-legged beings being like gods? Yeah, I don't know about that. But either way, one of the things it focuses on is what's said about mermaids, of all things. And these mermaids don't look like your typical mermaids. uh, it's said, according to their lore, that a person who eats mermaid flesh can gain immortality. Okay, so yeah. So somebody ate some mermaid flesh along with something else. But I don't want to spoil it. So definitely take time to watch that anime. However, be prepared for this. It's not one of those uh typical anime where you can just watch and have your mind shut off and just rest. It's a more of a thinking anime, so be sure to do that. The next anime I want to talk about is centered all around mermaids. It's called Mermaid Forest, and yeah, this one has more of a horror element to it. So yes, there's a whole thing with eating mermaid flesh. Now, in this anime, there are 3 possibilities. 1, you'll wind up being immortal, living forever. 2, you'll die because it's poison. 3, you'd basically become a monster. So, I started with the first 2, which are, shall we say, the best results of the whole bunch. And of course, there, yeah, it has this whole thing, uh, well, I definitely do suggest that you watch it, and also know that one of its biggest things is appearances can be deceiving. So, especially with the last one. And yes, there is an OVA out there for Mermaid Forest. That is called Mermaid Scar. If you watch that first, and then watch Mermaid Forest, you'll see where they kind of combined 2 aspects of the, yeah, you'll see where they deviated and where they stayed the same. um, but definitely keep in mind that not everything is what it appears. And of course, one of the things they toy with is the result of one having immortality. Is immortality, or eternal youth, or whatever, a nightmare? A curse? Is it a, yeah, is it a blessing or a curse? Well, watch the anime and judge for yourself. Now, the last anime that I want to mention is Resturant to Another World. And yes, this is one where you can actually shut your brain off and just enjoy anime characters from a different world enjoying different foods that have been created for them. Uh, some of them like sweets, some of them like um, raw meat, and some of them like salads. Well, either way, it covers a wide variety of creatures, and I'm not for sure. I actually have to watch it again, but I think one of the episodes does have mermaids in it, but there's a different uh, character species that is definitely in this anime. They are sirens. And yes, I do know that some people refer to mermaids as sirens. However, if you look at certain uh, mythologies or lores, you'll find that the sirens are not creatures bound to water, but rather they're, well, but rather they're creatures that love to soar in the sky. But either way, don't take my word for it. Watch these 3 anime at your own time, at your own pace, in your own leisure. And I believe, oh, in Spectre, and Resturant to Another World. Both have 2 seasons apiece, and Mermaid Forest only has 1. However, with Mermaid Forest, I don't think it really needs another season. Just come up with your own ending for it. I would prefer a happier one, but you never know. Either way, I think I've talked your ears off long enough, so I'm gonna leave you all with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. Be sure to hit that notification bell because YouTube doesn't always like to share. Be safe, be healthy, and as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.